tried making a distress signal?
Or a bigger fire?
I was busy trying to keep us alive.
But getting us out of here, that should be your focus, not being Susie Homemaker over here.
What did you just say to me?
Let's not forget, I'm your boss. You work for me.
We're not in the office anymore, Bradley. No help is coming. You just have to accept that this is how things are now. You're a hunt. I think I like it. You are stuck with an asshole boss. Just like I was. Although I'm betting I am a much nicer boss than you ever would have been. Except for maybe this part.
Yeah, there's no scorched trials to save your ass this time, Thomas. But, yeah, for those of you that don't understand the joke there, that's Dylan O'Brien, who was Thomas in the Maze Runner franchise, so that's why I made that joke. But anyway, welcome to Talking About the Movies, everybody. Another weekend taking a look at the biggest new releases of the weekend, and yeah, we're already at the end of the first month of the year already. Hard to believe. January just flew by, man. But we did get a couple of good movies. We talked about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple last week. Mercy, not so much, but we are ending the month on a positive note here, as Sam Raimi is back with a brand new movie, and let's just say that, yeah, it's definitely Sam Raimi doing what Sam Raimi does best. Let's talk about Send Help. I do like how you can take 3 of the last 2 weeks worth of movies and make a, you know how people throw a message in a glass bottle, and hopefully it'll get to shore, and then you open it up and you see a message in there. Like I can literally see a message going out of one of these water bottles, and it's literally saying, "Mercy, send help, Melania," because Melania Trump's documentary comes out this weekend, which we will not be covering on here, of course, But yeah, I just wanted to, again, another quick joke there. But Send Help. Let's talk about this movie, because this movie is pretty much what you expect it to be. It's pretty friggin' awesome. Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien star as an employee and her boss, respectively, who become stranded on a deserted island after a plane crash and attempts to survive while tensions rise between them. Dylan O'Brien is a guy who has been promoted up from upper management from his family's financial management company. Rachel McAdams is somebody who's kind of the pushover, and then they're going on an airplane. They're heading to I can't remember where they were heading to. I think they were heading to like a retreat somewhere out in Bangkok, I think it was. And then the plane crashes, and then, it's Rachel Dylan O'Brien, who's been treating her like shit all throughout the movie. All of a sudden, doesn't seem like that anymore when Rachel McAdams realizes that, she's basically learning from, of all things, Survivor, how to survive on a deserted island. So she becomes more of the dominant force in the situation rather than Dylan O'Brien's character. And like I said, man, there's really not much more you can add to this movie that hasn't already been said already. This movie is absolutely fantastic, and it works because of so many things. One, it's Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi very rarely makes a bad movie, and even when he does, it's not because it's not for the lack of trying. It just feels like, okay, maybe I'll take that back for one case only, for The Love of the Game, which does not feel like a Sam Raimi movie at all. It feels like a Sam Raimi movie directed by Sam Raimi that was just doing it because, I don't know, Kevin Costner was giving him a nice paycheck for that. That was what Kevin Costner did, yep. Yeah, Kevin Costner was in that one. That's his worst movie overall, but even then, I mean, that does not feel like a Sam Raimi movie at all, but everything else he's done, I mean, this guy very rarely misses, with the exception of course, For the Love of the Game, but, that's one bad movie out of stuff like, the Evil Dead movies, Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Darkman, The Quick and the Dead, which is not the best movie overall, but man, it has a slick visual style to it that just suckers you in. Simple Plan, underrated gem of a movie. The Gift, a good movie. The Spider-Man trilogy, even Spider-Man 3, even though that's the weakest of the 3, is still a fun movie. Drag Me to Hell, Oz the Great and Powerful. Hell, I like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness a lot, and truth be told, that's how this movie kind of came together, because of Rachel McAdams being in that movie and Sam Raimi working on this film. This was actually a film that was originally supposed to be released through Columbia Pictures, and then 20th Century Studios picked up the film, and thus the rest is history. And yeah, It's a great kind of history because, yeah, this movie is really good. Not only do you have that, not only do you have a great script written by Damian Shannon and Mark Swift, who have really come around nicely after the last thing they had done was the Friday the 13th reboot, which was not that great of a movie. Yeah, they really have not done a whole lot since then. The only thing they've done since that was Baywatch, and that was just, it wasn't the greatest, but it certainly could have been a whole lot better considering who was involved in it. But it is good to see they actually have probably their best overall script that they've ever written. I mean, considering the other movies they've written are Shark Tale, which I don't think I need to tell you how bad that movie is, and also Freddy vs. Jason, which is not a great movie narrative-wise, but it's a great movie. You want to see Freddy and Jason kicking each other's asses. I mean that movie works on that front there, but this movie works not because of not only of those things, but also because of the two leading performances. Dylan O'Brien is really good at playing a smug jackass in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, when he's on this deserted island, like the fact that he doesn't really talk a whole lot, and basically is just being psychologically tortured by Rachel McAdams, it's just great to see him in this performance. Like, he really has no idea what to do here. The real star of this movie is Rachel McAdams, who just knocks this performance out of the park, man. I mean, I said 21 years ago, when I saw The Family Stone 21 years ago, the first time I saw her in that movie, it's just like, this chick is going to rule the world someday. And I even mentioned it in my time about the movies review of The Family Stone, that this chick is going to rule the world someday because she's just a commanding performance in every single movie she's in. And yeah, this might be her most unhinged performance ever. I mean, I loved the dark, sadistic, twisted turns this thing took. This is a movie that reminds me so much of Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, and just the fact that it just completely takes you by surprise. The twists and turns they pull here, I mean, this is, without a doubt, one of the great achievements that Raimi has done in a long, long time. I mean, this is definitely a fun movie that really, I've missed a movie like this for the longest time, because we've had dark comedies, dark twisted horror films that, they seem like they're going to take you to a place you've never been before, and they kind of go down the routine route. Even the good ones do that, but this one, I did not see a lot of the stuff coming in this. Like the whole thing about, why is Rachel McAdams so good at surviving in the wild? Because she watches Survivor a lot. She auditioned for Survivor, and it's just kind of like, of all the bizarre things to make that a reasoning for why, she is so good at this now. Like, that's genius. That's the genius of this movie in general, because it takes ridiculous ideas and turns it into some of the most fun, sadistic, and most cleverly enjoyable elements to a movie like I've seen in a long, long time. This film is so much fun to watch. I mean, this is the most fun I've had with a movie in pretty much a long, long time. And I've seen a lot of good movies, but this one is just such a fun movie on so many levels. Like I said, it works because McAdams and O'Brien are so good and so committed to these roles that they're in, and it's just a film that just works on so many levels. And in the month of January, you don't usually get to see a whole lot of films take a lot of chances, because January was always the dumping ground month for the longest time. But then, slowly but surely, as time went on, people started putting out movies that they believed in January. They said, you know what? Hey, if we put out a good movie that people will buy into, people will come and see it. And I think one of the first early examples of that was with Cloverfield. That was a big hit. Taken was another big hit that came out the following year. And I think as time has gone on, we have realized now that, hey, January doesn't have to be the dumping month. We can put out movies that people believe in. And I think we're seeing that this year with 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and now this movie here. I mean, this movie is, without a doubt, one of the more fun experiences I've had in a long, long time. And it just works because everything is just clicking so well. From the performances, from the script writing, from director Sam Raimi doing what he does best, to Rachel McAdams just commanding the screen, and this movie taking the twists and turns that you do not see coming for a mile away. I got nothing else to say about this movie, man. This movie is, without a doubt, a fun, fantastic ride. It's one of the best movies I've seen this year, and surely is a film that is definitely going to be stuck with me for the rest of the year. Like, this is an early contender for one of the year's best movies. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie so much. I give it a really good thumbs up. A really good thumbs up on Send Help. See it if you haven't seen it already. It's definitely worth it. So definitely check that one out. But yeah, with all of that said, that's going to be a quick episode of this one here. I didn't get to see any of the movies this weekend. The only one I really could have probably gone to see was the Markiplier movie Iron Lung, but I just didn't get around to doing it today, but I did want to see said help, so I got that review out there, and I get a little bit of a break next week, so the next time you see me, it'll probably be 2 weeks from now when I take a look at GOAT, maybe Wuthering Heights. I haven't decided if I'm going to go see that one, but GOAT's the one I'm definitely looking forward to, the new Sony Pictures animated film, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to checking that one out there, so that'll be in 2 weeks' time, but until then, thanks for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe button, notification button. Also, don't forget to check out my review from last week's for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple and Mercy, and also check out some of the other reviews I've done. So, with all that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care.